Today I'm going to be talking about influences on self-concept. As a human being, I constantly ask myself, who am I? This is a question that tries to reach for a summary of our identity. And when we piece together an answer to that question, what we have created is a self-concept of ourselves. And what I want to tell you today is about the three main influences on what makes our self-concept. And because understanding these influences can help us achieve a better self-concept. So one of the three major factors that influences our self-concept is self-esteem. And another way to think about self-esteem is like if we set an evaluation for our self-worth. And it assigns a value to the description we give ourselves. And this has an effect on how we think of our self-concept. For example, low self-esteem causes us to be more timid and anxious, which restricts us from successfully interacting with people. High self-esteem, on the other hand, allows us to have a positive effect and positive interactions with other people, thereby altering our self-concept. And a lot of the self-esteem can be affected through the people that we're around. And so that leads into my next factor that is of influence, which is how significant others affect our self-concept. And our significant others affect our self-concept because of what's a reflected appraisal, meaning we try to think of how our significant others view us, and we attach significance to our features that are approved by those who we admire. And again, this can either have a negative or positive effect on our self-esteem and also on our self-concept. The third factor that influences our self-concept is culture that we're exposed to in our daily lives. And culture is a very broad word, but there are many different interpretations, but there are two major categories that different cultures fall under, and that is one would be called collectivistic culture, which is where a person gains identity by belonging to a group. And the other is individualistic culture, which one person gains identity by achieving impactful self-contribution. So these specific details about how we grew up or whatever, or what environment we live around affects how we look at ourselves and how we view our own identity. So that is my conclusion, is that understanding that these three major factors in creating our self-concept can allow us to learn more about how to even create a better identity for ourselves and making our lives better, essentially. Thank you all for listening.